Hello and welcome to Baku, to the All Kinds of Everything team as we predict the qualifiers from the first semi-final of Eurovision 2012. Andrew Main.
Hello.
Elaine Dove.
Hello.
And me, Keith Mills. And we're looking at the 18 songs, 10 places in the final from semi-1. So let's start. Everybody's going to have to choose 10 songs, so let's start. And there's no ifs, buts or maybes. It's a yes or it's a no. So, starting, Montenegro. Andrew.
No.
Elaine.
No.
And I'm a no on this one as well. The easiest ones to call of all. Moving on, Iceland. Elaine.
Definite yes.
Definite yes. Andrew.
2 definite yeses.
And I'm a definite yes as well. I was a little bit worried about it, but I saw it yesterday or 2 days ago, and I thought it was fantastic. So that's 3 yeses for Iceland. Now on to Greece. And we'll start with Andrew.
Despite what I thought were ropey vocals in the first rehearsal, I actually still think Greece will qualify, so yes.
Okay, Elaine?
Yeah, I've got it as a yes. I think, unfortunately, it's got so much more going for it than the dodgy vocals. It'll be enough to pull it through.
Yeah, and I was on the fence on this one because, again, I didn't think the first rehearsal was very, very good, but it has Cyprus and it has Albania, and that probably starts it with 20 points. Add a few points here and there and it should make it over the line, but it needs to get a hell of a lot better. So that's 3 out of 3 for Greece. Moving on, Latvia. Elaine.
I've gone with a yes. It was an on the fence because it's a heart over head one, but she was fantastic. Well with her vocals, so her vocal performance has pulled it through for me, yes.
Andrew?
It's also on the fence for me with this one. I agree her vocals were brilliant, but I just feel that Latvia hasn't got enough support from some of the other countries in this semi-final that may be voting, so I'm going to say no.
And I'm a no on this. I don't like the song, unlike Elaine, but I do agree that she gave a great, fantastic performance. I think if it came later in the running order, it might have a chance, but I think it's going to be forgotten and it's not going to stand out. So Elaine is on her own on this one. It's 1 out of 3.
Here we go again.
Okay, now I think this one might split everybody as well. It's on to Albania, and we'll start with Andrew.
For vocal ability alone, it's an absolute definite yes for me.
Okay, Elaine.
For turn the television over ability, for me, it's a no.
Okay. And this is one that I was 50-50 on coming to Baku, but now I think it's just stunning, both visually and vocally. And yes, it's not an easy song to get into, but I think it may get jury points and a few neighbourly points as well. So I'm leaning towards a yes. So that's 2 out of 3 for Albania. Moving on, Romania and Elaine.
Definite yes for me. Brilliant.
Andrew?
The same, a yes, definite.
Okay, and this is a no-brainer for me as well. Totally qualifying, possibly even winning the semi-finals. That's 3 out of 3 for Romania. Moving on, Switzerland and Elaine.
Yeah, this was on the fence one, and it's gone in. They gave a cracking performance, so it's a yes from me.
Okay, Andrew.
Also on the fence for me, and I'm again going to go the other way and say no.
Okay, and I am on the fence on this one as well. I like the song. I would love it to qualify, but I think Hungary coming later in the semi-final is actually overshadowing it in terms of the rock vote. So I'm unfortunately going to say no. So, Elaine, you're on your own on this one.
Yeah.
It's a girl at Eurovision, I always am.
This is true. Okay, now, interesting one. Belgium and Andrew.
No.
Okay, Elaine?
No.
And I'm a no, but I still think if there's going to be a dark horse qualifying, this could be the one. So, I'm saying no, but with reservations. Finland, Andrew.
No.
Elaine.
It's a no for me.
And this is the easiest one of all for me.
Irish.
This is a no for me as well. So that's 0 out of 3, I'm afraid, for Finland as well. Okay, so next up, it's Israel and Elaine.
Another on the fence one, and this is lost out. It's quirky, but it could be too quirky, so I've said no.
Andrew.
Yes, it's definitely quirky, and for that reason alone, I'm going to say yes.
Okay, quirky again. I love this song. I think it's fantastic. It's one of my favourite songs in the entire contest, but this is the one that I actually had to squeeze out at the last minute. This is my number 11 out of the 18 in terms of the most likely qualifiers. So unfortunately, I'm saying no with a huge amount of regret. So Andrew, you're on your own on this one.
Oh, at last.
Okay, San Marino, Andrew.
Okay, San Marino, I have to say I was really impressed with her performance, but there's so many options for who is getting in and who's not, and there's only 10 places. Somebody has to lose out, and I'm afraid for me San Marino are going to lose out, so it's a no.
Elaine?
Yeah, it's a no from me. She seems to be lighting up the press centre, but the voting public are not sitting in the press centre, and the song's just terrible.
Yeah, I don't see this as a candidate for qualification at all. It's just too left field for me. And San Marino doesn't exactly have a huge amount of neighbourly support or diaspora, so it's an absolute easy 0 chance for qualifying for me. Okay, the interesting one ahead. Cyprus, Andrew.
Yes.
Anything to say?
I am with the Cyprus delegation,
Okay,
so
yeah.
I'm totally biased, of course, but in reality, I was worried that Evie's vocals might not be 100% brilliant, because I'd never heard her sing this song live before, but I was proved that I'd no need to worry. Her vocal ability is extremely strong. She sings this really well, and it's going right up in the ratings here in the press centre.
Okay, Elaine.
It's a yes from me. I was undecided. I wasn't sure about whether there's room for Greece and Cyprus, but I think there is. And again, yeah, she proved that she could sing the song live, which was, I think, is why it shot up so high in the ratings.
Yeah, this is another one of the on the fences for me. This is the one that was split with Israel as to which song would get the last place. I didn't give it to Israel, I gave it to Cyprus because I think there's enough in Cyprus to be memorable and to take votes away from some of the other pop songs. So I'm saying a yes now for the first time on Cyprus. Denmark, Elaine.
This is probably my biggest controversial one. I've got Denmark down as a no, and just because the song has not moved on at all from the national final. It doesn't stand out in amongst any of the other songs, and to me it just doesn't go anywhere. I know it will probably get votes from Ireland and such, but I don't know that it'll get enough, so I've put it as a no.
Okay, Andrew.
This one was very much on the fence for me. I originally thought that this song would qualify with ease. It's one of the sort of favourites before we came out here. Elaine's right, it doesn't really change anything from what we saw in the national final, but I reckon enough people out there voting in the different countries may still like the song because they've never heard it before and they like what they see and hear, so I've just put it in as a yes.
Okay, and I'm the other school now. I think this is fantastic. I agree that it hasn't moved on from the national final, but I remember watching that national final, and this thing blew me away when it came on stage, and I think it may do the same in here. And I'm not sure that too many other people who are voting are watching the national finals or even watching the preview videos, and I think it's fresh enough and instant enough. For me, this is the best Danish song for years, and they've done very well recently, so for me, it's sailing into the final. So, 2 out of 3 for Denmark. Possibly easy one to call next, it's Russia. Elaine?
Yes, definitely.
Andrew?
Well, I thought I might go on the fence with this one, but I've decided that there's no chance that this is not going to qualify, so I'm going to give it a yes.
Yeah, I'm totally in agreement here. This is the other song that I think could win this semi-final along with Romania. I think those two are miles ahead of the rest and very easily into the final and potential winner of the whole contest for me. Okay, now this one I think could divide people. It's Hungary. Andrew?
Yes, Hungary, a much improved performance from them in the rehearsals compared to what I was expecting. But again, because there's only a limited number of spaces in the qualification, I was on the fence with this one, and sadly it's just lost out. I'm going to say no to Hungary.
Oh, okay. Elaine?
Yeah, Hungary is a no for me as well. It was in there for a while, but it lost out to someone else. I don't know if it just sounds a little bit dated. Its performance is much improved, but it's just missed out probably at number 11 or 12 for me.
Okay, now I came to Baku liking the song, but thinking that it wouldn't qualify. And then I saw the rehearsal, and I thought it had really, really improved. And for the first time, they were getting the message of the song across well on stage. So for me, it's now moved into the yes category. So I'm on my own on this one. So we've all had one. Okay, it's Austria. And Elaine.
Hummed and hawed about this one, and I've put it in. I didn't actually see this rehearsal, and I've heard that different opinions on how well it did go, but I also know that they held back on a lot of their special effects and whatnot, and I think it will appeal to the younger people watching, and it's quite a funky, upbeat song, so I'm going for yes for the track shitters.
Oh, yes for the track shitters from Elaine. Andrew?
Well, unfortunately I ended up on the fence with this one, despite the fact I actually love the song and was really looking forward to seeing it and support track shitters here in Baku. Hopefully they are holding back, and in my opinion could be changed at some point after the second rehearsal, because at the moment I've got it in the no camp.
Okay, and I'm with Andrew on this one. I love this song. I think the performance is great, or the performance at the national final was great, but it's not an easy song. It's a bit in your face. And I just thought that it's a rather unfortunate image, yes, I understand. Okay. I just don't think there's enough magic or there's enough power coming across from the performance. Now, maybe they were holding back and maybe there are effects that are still to come. But unfortunately, as much as I love the song, I don't have it in the 10 most likely to qualify, so I'm a no on this one. So, Elaine, you're on your own again. Right, Moldova. And I think this one could be easy. Andrew?
Very easy, it's a big yes for me.
And Elaine?
It's a big Benny Hill yes from me.
And an absolute yes from me. Potential surprise, top 5 or maybe even in the final. Great performance, no question it's qualifying. And finally, I presume nobody's doing very, very quick maths, but let's see, Ireland. Elaine.
Yeah, Ireland, they obviously held back yesterday. We now know for definite there was a lot of effects that we didn't see. But even with that, it's Jedward. They're going to have enough voting public that it's going to sail into the final.
Okay, Andrew?
Just repeat whatever Elaine just said there, because I am exactly the same opinion. They're holding back on effects, which will add to the momentum of this song when it plays in the semi-final. Jedward sing it pretty good. They have lots of fans out there in Europe for various reasons, including the fact they were here last year. So definitely a yes.
And it's definitely a yes from me. I thought the song, once it got the number 18 draw, and once there was any kind of good performance, which it was yesterday, and better to come, I think it's qualifying. So that's 100% qualification for Ireland. Now, so let's just try and figure this one out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs are in the final, according to us. Those are Iceland, Greece, Romania, Cyprus, Russia, Moldova, and Ireland. Then we get down to the twos, and 2 votes for Denmark and 2 votes for Albania, so they're in. And then we have a tie for the last place. So the last place is between Latvia, Switzerland, Israel, Hungary, and Austria. That's not been very informative to people, has it really? We really only...
And they're all the ones that are on everybody else's sheets that we've just tipped off.
Yes. So it's very, very open semi-final. Belgium, Finland, San Marino, I'm afraid got no votes at all. And I might regret that one on Belgium, I think.
I don't think so.
Okay. After tomorrow's rehearsals, when we see the last 10 songs in semi-final 2, we're going to do another one of these for the second semi-final. But that's the tips for the first semi-final of Eurovision 2012 from the All Kinds of Everything team in Baku. Bye for now.
Bye.